Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kabir Considers. In this video, we're going to react to the dark truth as to why the NBA is dying. Now, I've not watched the NBA at all this season. I think I kind of stopped watching it when Ja Morant got injured. This was like last season, I think. It's boring now, frankly. Like, I don't enjoy seeing every single player, stop at the, pull up from 30 feet and shoot a three, like over and over and over. I don't enjoy it. I find that boring. I like when players drive to the rim, go for a dunk, like they're in the paint battling. I find that's for me the NBA that I grew up enjoying. And it's hard because Steph Curry obviously is amazing at what he does, but it's undeniable now that his sort of ascent has changed the NBA for the worse. I think you have teams now trying to emulate him and Golden State, like where he and Clay, were just three after three. Everybody's doing it now, and it's just dry. I find it too dry, and there's no contact anymore. But yeah, like there must be other reasons as to why the ratings are down. Like I think ratings are like at an all-time low. So yeah, let's figure this out.
For nearly 2 decades, I've been a passionate NBA superfan, following every season without fail.
All the way to the hoop, scoop to the hoop with a ball. Points 71 and 72.
Basketball is more than just a sport for me. It's a way of life. And honestly, I can't imagine a world without Steph Curry draining impossible threes, LeBron James crying to the refs, or watching freakishly athletic players defy gravity.
Oh, he just evaporated the Kings' defense.
Lately, however, there's been a lot of buzz about the NBA losing its grip in the world of entertainment.
LeBron is divisive. He makes the game unattractive.
NBA final.
That's rubbish. Like when LeBron retires, the ratings are going to go even way lower.
Those numbers down massively.
Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is, viewership is declining, fans are tuning out, and honestly, the numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Ratings have dropped a staggering 48% since 2012 and 28% just this year on ESPN alone.
Wow.
Meanwhile, other sports leagues are breaking records.
There's no jeopardy, like 82 games, there's no, until the playoffs, there's no real jeopardy. So why do you need to watch the regular season? Like really and truly, the real season is the playoffs. Like before the playoffs,
This is a troubling trend. And in today's video, I'll share my own perspective as a superfan, along with insights from experts and fans around the world to explore the big question: why is the NBA dying?
They need to make some changes.
Like league pass, and you don't even get all the games.
You don't even get the games in your own city.
You don't get the Laker game.
Yeah.
On the floor. Technical foul, Luka.
He waved him off. Appears that way. And somebody else, or
It's so sensitive. Like, why? How was that a technical? Like, it's just, they've just completely removed all of the physicality of what we loved about, the Jordan teams when he was up against the Pistons.
or is it Udoka out?
It's like, where's the...
And Westbrook sneaks inside. 7 for Westbrook. Technical foul on Westbrook.
How is that a tech?
Have you ever watched a game where an NBA player just gives another a simple glare, and boom, they're slapped with a technical foul?
It's ridiculous.
Or how about a player clapping in frustration, only to get hit with a tech?
Oh, yeah. He's really upset with himself.
Honestly.
For a technical.
What the hell is going on?
It's crazy to think, but stuff like this is actually happening in the NBA right now.
It's like they want to remove all testosterone from the league.
Turnaround jumper. Foul Morant. And John's got to watch his reaction. He already is sitting on 1 technical foul.
He's angry. How's that a technical?
He's got ejected.
He got ejected. Wow.
I get it. This is basketball, not WWE. But the NBA and its referees have gotten so soft that even the slightest hints of drama get shut down with a whistle. And honestly, this is just one of the reasons viewership is dropping. Because here's the thing, drama sells.
Absolutely.
A 9-1 run, Minnesota. Oh, come on, man. No way. Come on, man.
Take the UFC, for example. When Conor McGregor was in his prime and gearing up to fight Floyd Mayweather, the drama was off the charts. I mean, those press conferences alone were pulling in more views than some NBA Finals games. Don't believe me? Check this out. The Toronto press conference for Mayweather versus McGregor racked up 8.4 million views on YouTube alone. Now, compare that to the 2020 NBA Bubble Finals, which averaged just 7.4 million viewers.
Wow. No
That's
way.
the power of drama. And yet, the NBA wants no part of it. For example,
Why?
Giannis got a technical here for simply looking at Al Horford after a dunk.
That's crazy.
Jason Tatum got hit with one here for just hanging on the rim after making a big play.
What?
And then
Do they want them to be like robots, like emotionless robots? Where's the fun in that? It's like the NBA is like trying to destroy its own league. That's what it looks
here's
like.
Jokic, the league's best player, getting ejected over, well, basically nothing.
This will be a technical.
Man, that's why the Euro League
out of the game.
is just better to watch, honestly.
I get that the NBA wants to avoid another Malice in the Palace incident, but this complete lack of drama and technical fouls at every corner is turning fans away.
It's
Bulls
boring.
fans booing the refs for ejecting Jokic shows how bad of a call it is. My dad took my 9-year-old nephew to his first basketball game, and his favorite player got ejected early in the third for nothing. This is absolutely disgusting. And this one, which perfectly sums up the 2025 season. Refs got more highlights than anybody that got drafted this year.
Wow.
That's outrageous. What happened tonight, this is completely BS. This is shame.
Officials who are too quick to blow their whistles, eject players, or change the outcome of games while eliminating any possible drama are just one of the many reasons NBA viewership is in a free fall.
We've got breaking news. LeBron is a Laker.
Breaking news. Kevin Durant is headed to Phoenix.
Portland is sending Damian Lillard to the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis and Dame, that is a scary thought.
I think they should also make a cap, like only, let's say, 10 or 15, some arbitrary number of 3-point shots per team per game. Set a cap on the amount of threes that a team are allowed to score. So if you hit that cap, even if you score the 3, the points don't count.
Piggybacking on my earlier point about the lack of drama, another reason NBA viewership is dropping is the complete lack of heated rivalries.
Yeah, everybody's pally-pally.
The other thing is the rivalries with the NBA. I'm not going to hold you. I want that. I miss that.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it when people didn't like each other. It was
Isaiah
really trying to
Thomas
go
and
at each other.
Jordan, you know,
In
Shaq
the
and
UFC,
Kobe
for
to a
example,
degree.
we want to see John Jones fight Tom Aspinall, not watch them train together and be buddies. The reality is, NBA players switch teams faster than a game of hot potato these days. As a result, there aren't many rivalries anymore, and rivalries bring drama. And as I mentioned earlier, drama sells, which is another area the NBA is lacking right now.
Maybe that's just that little toxic side of me, you feel me? I just like controversy.
Not just individual players, but like doesn't even feel like
The
they're
teams.
team rivalries anymore. Like a Lakers-Celtics game, it's like whatever now, you know?
Kevin Durant, for example. He's one of the greatest players of the last decade, but how can home fans get emotionally invested when he leaves his team every couple of years? Then there's LeBron James. While many of the younger generation consider him the GOAT, he's notorious for jumping ship whenever the going gets tough. By constantly avoiding long-term battles, he's also avoided building the kind of rivalries that fans crave. And now, according to what I heard recently, he's reportedly interested in teaming up with Golden State.
Oh, are you kidding me? Come on. Come on. He's just ring chasing at this point, isn't
And joining arguably his biggest rival, Steph Curry. All because his Lakers experiment has turned into a complete disaster. Where's the loyalty? Where's the drama? Then, like I said, whenever young players try to create rivalries, like Jalen Green and Cade Cunningham, the NBA is quick to blow the whistle and put out the fire immediately.
Now finds Jalen Green. Oh, my goodness. We did it. Oh, we did it. Oh.
As one fan put it, the fact they gave a tech for that summarizes everything wrong with today's soft NBA. God forbid somebody shows some emotion. So, the other day, I came home exhausted and just wanted to relax by watching my favorite team play basketball. I fire up my league pass and then, bam, I get hit
I
with
feel like
this.
a sponsorship is coming.
Yeah, for some reason the NBA blocks out home games for everyone on their
VPN.
league pass app, making it ridiculously hard for fans to watch their favorite team.
So you got to buy cable for your own teams, and then you got to buy League Pass to get the League Pass stuff. So what ends up happening is the distribution of games now. They're harder to find.
Look at this Reddit post from 2 years ago that really sums things up. I have TNT as well as League Pass, but it won't let me watch the Bucks-Warriors game on TNT due to a regional blackout. What the f am I supposed to do?
And they, honestly, I might get in trouble, and they wonder why people stream, you know? They wonder why people stream when you have to do it like above the board, you got to have 10 different subscriptions. It's ridiculous.
Why the f does the NBA make it so hard to watch their product? To which someone replied, "It's really funny to me. I live in Vegas, but I can't watch the Clippers or Kings. If I move to a different zip code 10 minutes east, I also cannot watch the Lakers on top of the Clippers and Kings. They just make up." The truth is, many NBA fans have a specific team they love to watch, usually their home team, but the NBA makes it so frustrating to follow them. Oftentimes, you don't know if the game is going to play on League Pass, TNT, ESPN, or some other random channel. With all this hassle, it's so much easier to just tune into something else, especially in a world overflowing with entertainment options. This is yet another reason why NBA viewership keeps dropping.
They've done this to themselves. Their greed has done this to themselves. They've sold so many different packages to networks, different streaming platforms, just to chase the buck, you know. They weren't thinking long term. And obviously players like Zion Williamson have been a bust. You know, they gave him a max deal. He's not been playing. He's overweight. He doesn't even look like he wants to play. If you had someone like him, you know, making big dunks and stuff, that would attract people to watch Pelicans games and stuff.
You know what I mean? Words was thrown out there that shouldn't be thrown out there between, you know what I mean, two men. And so that kind of just drew the line for me. And I'm one of those, once you're on one side, bro, you stay in there.
You might be wondering why I included that clip of Paul George on his podcast, where he shares why he's no longer a fan of Chris Paul, in a video titled, "Why the NBA is Dying." Well, let me explain, or better yet, let this man explain.
So Podcast P, I want to pull this up before I say it. This season, 10 games played, 16 podcast episodes. Salary $49 million. Are you getting paid for the podcast or you getting paid to play? How you got more podcast episodes than games played, nigga?
Yeah, that is weird. It is weird. You don't really see this with football players, like soccer players here. They play football. That's their job. Like
Story Mode featuring Jamal Crawford, the Drew Holiday episode, season 3 premiere. Paul George has been dropping podcast after podcast on his Podcast P channel, and while they're great episodes, they highlight a trend among NBA players.
They're not
they don't
concentrating
seem
on
to
the
care
game.
about the league anymore.
Yeah.
To them, the NBA feels like a stepping stone or a paycheck. And you know what? The fans can feel that vibe.
I don't like the NBA. Why not the NBA? I don't give a
Anyway, when it comes to Paul George specifically, just listen to what this one Philly fan had to say.
I just slept until 5 p.m. And I woke up and looked at my phone, and I see a Paul George podcast featuring Reggie Jackson. The day after Paul George drops 2 points and leaves the game with another leg injury.
It wouldn't be fair to put all the blame on Paul George because
it's like, bro, you know, so you can't play, but you can record a podcast. It just doesn't look good.
This is a much bigger league-wide trend. Take Zion Williamson, for example.
Oh.
One of the most hyped prospects
Don't
in
get me
recent NBA
started.
history. Instead of
Bust.
focusing on the game, he seems to care more about food.
Man, look at the size of him. What? I mean, I know I sound like a hater right now, but dude, get in shape. Like his college highlights were amazing. I thought this guy was going to be the next big thing, but when you see him, he just doesn't look like he wants to play. And he's a young kid. He's like 22. Like, bro, this is like.
Then basketball.
Is it hard to diet at your age?
Jeez.
Be honest.
Since it's you, I'll be real. There are times when I will say that, man, that shit hard. It's hard, man. Like,
bro,
20, 22.
You're paid like $50 million a year. Hire a chef. Hire a team of chefs.
A lot of money. It feel like all the money in the world, man.
Then there's Ben Simmons, once hailed as the next LeBron James. He's earning tens of millions of dollars, but still hasn't bothered to develop a jump shot. I mean, in this clip, he misses practically every mid-range jumper. And let's not forget the countless other players who just show up to play, but don't seem to care whether they win or lose.
In the NBA, you lose, you still getting money. And I know for sure, like, after you lose, you're like, damn, I lost. You be hurt. Look at your bank account, $35 million. College, you really lose, you're done.
That's it.
I know this doesn't apply to every player. Some genuinely care about winning, and that's the reason why fans love them. But the harsh truth is that the majority of players, even some superstars, don't seem to show that passion. And if they don't care, why should viewers bother tuning in?
Man, they've got a big problem, the NBA. They've got so many
In the words of the
conflicting
great
forces.
Steph Curry, we can tell Donald Trump, night, night.
I'm not here to dive into politics, but another big reason the NBA is losing viewership is its polarizing stance on political issues.
Me and my friends call each other that all the time. I'm not his friend, though. I don't want to see that on the note. He's not my friend.
Again, I'm not picking sides or saying which side is better, but the reality is, when the NBA chooses one side of the political spectrum,
You're alienating
they alienate the other side of their viewers.
Absolutely.
If there's a poll I'd be interested in, is the following. What percentage of MLB players give to the left and the right? What percentage of NHL players give to the left and the right? NBA and NFL. Which one do you think is going to be majority of the money being given to the left?
NBA.
100%. And it won't even be close.
Damn, lost a fan. I remember why I don't watch the NBA anymore. And this is the main reason I don't watch the NBA anymore. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong for NBA players to speak out.
It's hard because at the same time, you can have an opinion, but you got to make a business decision. And the obvious business decision is when it comes to politics, just don't say anything. Just stay out of it, bro. Until you retire, maybe. That's the business decision.
About the state of the country or share their opinions on who they prefer in the White House. But based on what I've seen, it's clearly bad for business.
Yeah.
You don't lose all the
Obviously.
viewers from the opposing political side, but you definitely lose a chunk of them. And when you combine that with the lack of drama, overly abusive referees, the difficulty of watching games, and players who don't seem to care about winning, you end up with the perfect storm for plummeting viewership.
Yeah.
Oh, and I haven't even touched on the three-point shooting yet, which has made some games almost unbearable to watch.
It's so boring.
The three-point shot was revolutionary when Steph Curry came out of nowhere, hitting impossible shots from half court. It was exciting, it was fresh. But now, when the three-point shot has become a cold, calculated algorithm, like what the Celtics are doing right now, it loses its magic. Entertainment is just too easy to find these days. Netflix, YouTube, Amazon Prime, TikTok, UFC, you name it. Sure, the NBA just signed a massive new deal and made more money than ever, but that doesn't change the fact that viewership is falling.
And this is the thing, if the viewership keeps falling, I'm sure that big deal, has certain conditions that need to be met before all the funds are paid to the NBA.
If the league wants to bounce back and dominate the entertainment world again, they need to seriously rethink many aspects of their business. Not that I'll ever stop watching, though. As a super fan, I can't get enough of the NBA. I mean, did you all catch the game where Jordan Poole took down Nikola Jokic in a showdown absolutely no one saw coming? On a night when Jokic dropped a career-high 56 points? Yeah, Jordan Poole straight up turned into Steph Curry that night and completely took over against the best player in the world. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, don't worry, because I've got the whole story for you.
Yeah, they've got a big problem. If I were Adam Silver, I would set a limit as to, so a team can only score, let's say, 23-point shots per game. I would also cut the regular season by at least a third and introduce some kind of point system, which the teams that win, the most games have a way easier route to the NBA Finals, for example. So let's say the teams with the top 5 amount of wins, they get an automatic bye to, I don't know, the last 8 or the last 4. Something like that. I'd really incentivize, winning games in the regular season. I would also, unfortunately, impose some kind of ban or fine on political tweets, messaging. I know that sucks. A lot of people will say, oh, it's freedom of speech. And it is, I think, one of the amendments. But, oh man, it's going to be a tough one to impose that one. But politics is definitely having an impact, I think. There's other things that you could do as well. The refs need to be told, let these players play, let them celebrate, let them do all of that. Obviously, if it ever gets physical, if they touch another player, then obviously you get a technical for that. But celebrating and looking and gestures and things like that, let that stuff happen. You would immediately see viewership just skyrocket. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.